Hey guys, welcome to week 7, 8 and 9 of the Coates Family Adventure. This week I joined with my dad because Shane is busy working on a website for his dad. But yeah, so Dad's going to be my honorary
right-hand man.
Right-hand man, indeed. Well, as some of you may have noticed, we haven't vlogged in or we haven't uploaded in about 3 weeks. And although we did vlog a few odds and ends here, to be honest, nothing super exciting happened. Except Mum and Dad were away for a week or so. And
that's really exciting.
No, Mum and I went...
They had freedom. And they didn't sleep on the floor.
No, we slept in Mum and Dad's bed, but that's aside. Mum and I went to Gibraltar to fetch Dad, and we'd never been to Gib before, and that was really quite nice to see that. So we have great, wonderful plans to go back to Gibraltar, don't we? In 3 weeks' time. So you will see a vlog about that, if you're interested about what Gibraltar looks like. On a side note though, the kids are doing good. They have been a little bit ill. So Haley and Joel had ear infections, so we didn't sleep for about 3 nights. But everyone's fine now. They started homeschooling and that's going well. So
and they really are doing very, very well.
Oh yes, they are.
Good teacher, good teacher.
Thank you very much. We've been doing timetables and all the stuff at the... Oh yeah, we've had a few people ask about that. The kids are doing normal curriculum, like English curriculum. But I'm just doing it from home, so they'll be up to date by the time we go back to England, so it's not going to be a big deal. I think they're actually a bit further along than they probably should be at this point. But they're enjoying it, so while they are, we're just carrying on with that. But it does mean we've had more opportunities for the kids to do swimming lessons. So they've been doing swimming lessons with Dad and cooking lessons with Mum, and yeah.
Just expanding their minds.
Indeed. If you want to see any more photos of what we did over the last 3 weeks, you probably would have seen that on my Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, you probably should be. The handle's over here. Go and add me now. Yep.
There's nothing forcing you to belong or to join, or what is the word?
Add.
Add to Instagram.
But you should.
But you should.
But you should, because it's good. So
it's becoming poetic.
Indeed. So it's really, like, yeah, if you want to see any more photos of the kids or what we've been up to, you should totally do that. We've had a glorious week in the fact that it rained.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
It rained.
It rained so good. And rain in Spain is very different to rain in England.
It certainly brings the temperature down, so we're averaging around about 28.
It's freezing. 28 is cold when you're used to like 40s.
It's so freezing that the municipal pool has already been emptied.
See, it's
because
cold.
The water temperature has dropped below 26 and nobody would want to swim below 26.
Which I guess.
So,
no, I always thought that was a bit ridiculous until the day it rained and like the raindrops are ginormous. And then Dad thought it would be a great idea for us all to go swimming in the rain, and that water was freezing. It was so cold. But hopefully, if Shane can, he can drop a little video in here because actually it was really fun. past couple of weeks. One thing we did do is we've had a couple of things on our bucket list that we've really wanted to do, and a couple of those was, while Mum and Dad were away, we were house sitting for Shane's brother and his wife, and
I think that was in your last vlog.
that was in our last vlog,
yeah.
But one of the things we wanted to do was we wanted to like lie outside on the grass and watch the stars. We wanted to go look at the stars, which we didn't get much of a chance to do in High Wycombe, where we used to live, just because of like light pollution and stuff. So Shane has like a time lapse of that, and it's really cool. So that was really nice just to have that moment to just appreciate things that we don't have time for necessarily when we were back in England. And the second bucket list thing was Elijah really wanted to go and see the sunrise. They had a thing with Amy and Gramps when we were away, that they would wake up in the morning and then climb into the bed and watch the sunrise together. But they wanted to see it from like a great vantage point. So we decided to hike up to the castle and take a couple of blankets and some snacks, and we watched the sunrise, and that was really cool. So,
and that's on today's vlog. So keep watching.
Yeah,
it's a good view.
It's a good view.
Haley, look over here. Yeah. Then I don't know where the sunset is. There.
Me more biscuits. More biscuits. Can you wave at the camera? Haley, say hi. Hi. Haley, do wave. Wave now.
Okay.
Sorry, I just hear noise. Okay, so what else has happened this week?
Okay, then we're going to visitors from High Wycombe.
Yeah.
So Martin.
We had Martin, Steph, Ellen, and Chloe. They all came to visit us, which was really nice that they took some time out to do that, because we love having visitors. So we climbed in the car. Well, I took Dad's car, and we drove to Alcazaba Lagoon in Estepona.
Pretty close, not quite, but it's not bad.
We'll go with that. It might be that, it might not.
The more frightening thing was driving my motor car.
I did a great job.
On a freeway, on a motorway.
You need to note one thing, that I am driving Dad's car, which is a right-hand car.
Yeah.
When cars here are left-handed, because they're on the wrong side of the road, which is the right-hand side.
Whatever.
Well, I'm used to the left. Yeah, so everything was backwards, and that means when you enter a roundabout, you're looking in the wrong direction. But we got there safely, and I didn't crash, so yay for me.
Thank goodness for my car.
But anyway, the lagoon was amazing. So we got to see our friends, and then we went and they have like this giant lagoon in the middle of the complex, and it has
But it's about 2 football fields big, isn't it?
yeah. It's quite impressive. But they have like boats going on it, and they have like sailboats and paddle boards and kayaks and pedalos and all those type of things, and it's all free of charge to use. So once you enter into the lagoon, you can go up to it at any point, and they give you like life jackets, and you go for it. So the kids had so much fun. And then Eli, which I'm really annoyed by, we have no video footage of, but Eli asked if he could go kayaking with me. So we're going to kayak, and no joke, that kid is a natural. I honestly think when we get back to wherever we're going to live, we need to get him into kayaking, because literally I gave him the oar, yeah. And he was like, not like that, but like
these are the new noises that oars make these days. Yeah,
he did amazing. So yeah, I was really impressed by that. And then they came back in, we showed them around, and we walked up the castle again to show them the view, because it does have a great view over like the whole of the town and everything else. So we did that, and then we went on the hunt for tapas.
Yep, again, no pictures.
No pictures.
No vlog, no video, no nothing, because they were so hungry they just concentrated on food.
The food was really good though. So we had some great tapas, but like Dad says, we have no footage of that. One day we will get footage of tapas for you guys, and it'll be a glorious day. But every time we've had tapas, we've never been able to show you.
That'll be the Rhonda trip, hey?
Yeah, we'll have to make a real point to that. Okay, so we did that, and then on Sunday, what did we...
Oh, on Sunday we got the family up early, and we took them for a hike to the highest point around the village, which was very interesting. Geraldine, you know, muscle lady, carrying Haley on her back.
Where are we going?
To the mountain.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. You look dressed for the mountain.
You ready? Go say, I'm ready.
Thank
Wave at Daddy,
Yay.
say hi Daddy.
Hiya.
Haley, what are you doing?
Bunny come.
Call them.
Bunny come.
Where are you, bunnies?
Bunny come.
Come to Haley.
Come, Haley.
Alright, so this just happened. These are not very sturdy. That's where I just climbed. Woohoo!
I saw a giant lizard. Its tail was like this long.
Whoa!
Yeah, it's down there.
Where is it?
If you sneak.
Oh yeah, I can see him.
There it is. There, it's coming towards me. There.
Oh, cute
yeah.
little lizard.
Can you catch it?
Oh, we have to go now. That was so cool though.
But we climbed to the top of the highest point. Wood pathways, rotten. Geraldine tried to slide down the mountain. Bless her, she wasn't worried about herself. The phone was more important.
It was a big deal. So we climbed, basically Dad took us.
Addiction to social media.
It's not that. There's two things. My phone, number one, is very expensive and I do not want to have to replace that. Because I don't have money. I don't have insurance on my phone. So it was a big deal. But like Dad decided that he wanted to take us on a walk up the mountain. We did basically go up a mountain, didn't we?
Yes,
yeah, we went up a mountain in the national forest. And the further you get into the mountain, like the more I guess unkept the walkways are. So like we've had a bit of rain. I'm not really sure when the walkways rotted. Couldn't have happened in the one day of rain we had.
No, about 7 months ago when we had a month of rain. This is the product of that. But the walkways go through the cork forest.
Yeah.
And then it climbs to the top of the cliff top.
Yeah. And then as you get to the top, like you have like these like the steps. You can see like there's 2 steps and then there's no step, and then there's lots of like lifting the kids up to try and get them higher because they couldn't quite reach. And like you will see in the footage, there's a lot of broken walkways. But there was one point where there was a giant mountain. It's a giant rock, I'd say, isn't it? And you go between them on like this walkway, and then down loads of stairs, and then around. So like Dad went ahead first to make sure like that it was safe, and then like Shane and Mum were passing kids to Dad. Everyone got through safely, and I was getting the great footage you are seeing at the moment. And once I got the great stuff and got my Instagram done, I walked and I saw this rotten like
Beam,
yeah, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to stand on that. I'll stand on the side. And basically, as I stood on the side, the step
and it collapsed
disappeared.
underneath her.
Yeah, so I literally fell through. I could have died. I fell through, but because, thank the Lord it was me, not the kids. Because, like, as I was falling, I pushed my leg out and it caught on the other step. But I kind of used my arm on the side of the rock to sort of support myself so I didn't fall through to my death. But I dropped my phone, and as my phone went flying, I was like scrambling to save it. But all was good. We survived, and then we got off the rock and we got along the side, and Shane decided to climb the rock all the way to the top, which he says is amazing.
And of course he's scared of heights.
I don't know when this happened, but recently Shane's developed a fear of heights.
So when he got to the top, he started getting the wobbles, and he had to come down again.
But he was really happy. You got a photo of it though, so you should see the photo and you should see the giant rock he climbed up of. But I don't know where his fear of heights has begun. But there we go. So we did that, and then we walked. Where did we go afterwards? No,
we walked back. Yeah.
Then we walked back, and that was really good actually. It was a good couple of hours hike.
Yeah, no, we were gone for about 4 hours.
Was that it? Was it? Oh, wow,
yeah, and then it was time for roast chicken.
Yes, it was Sunday roast. So we did that, and that was a really nice way to celebrate like Sunday. I think usually if we were back in England, we'd go to church on a Sunday, but there really isn't a church nearby here.
Yeah, our closest church is 25 kilometers.
Yeah.
So it's a 50-kilometer round trip.
So we were like, no, we'll just go to something else that we feel would be
In
nice.
contact with God.
Yeah, so that was really good, and it was great views. So hopefully you'll be able to see some of that. So that's what we've done this week. A couple of things we did this week was Shane and I have been working super hard on Brighter Shop. If you don't know what Brighter Shop is,
it's coming soon.
It's coming soon. I'm not going to tell you.
to a marketplace near you.
Exactly.
That's an internet.
If you follow us on Instagram, you'd probably see a few sneak peeks. Otherwise, you should actually follow the Brighter Shop or .co.uk. I'm not really sure what it is. Shane will leave the handle here. But follow it, because that will give you a bit more information about what Shane and I have been working really hard on. So yeah, that will be coming soon. But the week ahead, we have anything fun planned? Oh,
we've got birthday and Los Lobos hike.
Yeah, we're going another hike on Sunday. Yeah.
Yep.
We're going to go see the turtles.
Yes. Yeah, the seraphim have produced their little ones. So loads and loads of babies.
Baby turtles.
Baby turtles or swimming tortoises, turtles.
And next week we're going to Tarifa.
Yep, next week is Tarifa for whale watching.
We're going to go see some orcas, and I am really excited. I don't know if the kids are excited, but I am.
Well, kid number 4 is excited.
So we should get some really great footage of that. But yeah, so that's been our last few weeks. We will be more regular. I am sorry about the little lapse in footage.
Quite sure you didn't want to know that she was going to be more regular. I think she was talking about the postings of the vlog.
That as well. But thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you next week.
Good stuff.
Bye.
Bye for now.